Hi guys, this is Mrs. Hill. Today's our second lesson from our story Owlbert. We began our story yesterday and we met one of the main characters of the story, Nicholas. As we read through our story yesterday, we learned that Nicholas wanted a pet, and he really wanted a pet. And he tried everything from a small mouse to a dog. He visited the pet store, and his parents kept telling him no to a pet. So today we are going to see if Nicholas is starting to be successful with convincing his parents about a pet. Let's do a quick picture walk as we go through today's part of the story. Here's Nicholas climbing a tree. Here's that cute little owl that we saw on the front of our book. Looks like he's looking into a hole inside the tree. Sometimes trees get hollow on the inside. Animals make their homes in there, and check out the owl here. Here he is. Looks like he's climbing a tree. He's got a cool tree house up there. Here he is. Looks like he's grabbing something to eat. Looking out the window. There's the treehouse. Look at the expression on his face. That might be telling me that he's kind of like, I don't know what to do. So today we are going to see what Nicholas gets into today. Again, our story is Owlbert. The author is Nicholas Harris, and the illustrator is Carl Hovart. One day, Nicholas was climbing an old tree when he found a dead owl. While he was looking at it, he heard a shrill whistle. Let me read that to you again. When he was looking at it, he heard a shrill, thrilling whistle. There was a hollow in the trunk of the tree. He climbed the trunk, peered into the hole, and guess what he found? So here he is climbing the tree. Here's that dead owl that he found when he was climbing the tree. It must be laying on its back. Its toes are kind of sticking up there. It was an owlet. Nicholas knew by its feathers that it was about 4 weeks old. Without a parent, the baby owl would die. The owlet blinked back at Nicholas through its white-rimmed spectacles and gave another faint whistle. It's hungry, thought Nicholas. He picked it up and gently tucked it into his pocket. After a few wriggles and squirms, the owlet settled, and Nicholas climbed carefully down the tree. So here he is peering inside the tree, looking at the baby owl. He tried to think of a place to hide the owlet from his parents, because he knew what they would say. The treehouse, Nicholas said to himself. They wouldn't go up there in a million years. So the little owlet was placed in a wooden crate in the treehouse. Feeding was going to be a problem. Nicholas crept cautiously into the kitchen. Some mincemeat was defrosting. He took a piece and climbed to the treehouse. The owlet gobbled some mincemeat, fluffed its feathers, and fell asleep. That's where we're going to stop today. Looks like this is the mincemeat. It's kind of an old school kind of meat of some sort, but he took some from the kitchen and took it outside to feed the owl. So let's go back to our question. Well, actually we have we're going to do one question today, and then we'll finish this other one on our next lesson. So question number 1, what happened when Nicholas climbed the tree? When Nicholas climbed the tree, and I made a blank for you to fill in what happened when he climbed the tree. And again, the part I've highlighted is the part I reused to begin our answer. So if you go back, or if you need to go back in the story to page 10, this is the initial when he was climbing the tree. Nicholas was climbing an old tree when he found a dead owl. Okay, so that would answer that question for you. And I think maybe we could go on to this next question. How did he care for the owlet? What I did here, I circled the word he. He is referring to Nicholas, who's the main character in our story. You can start a sentence with he, since we've used Nicholas's name in 2 prior answers. And I changed the word care to cared. So it's past tense, he already did it. So I started the sentence by saying he cared for the owlet by. So what was the first thing he did to care for the owlet? So I'm going to let you go back to page 14 and 15 to remember the first thing he did. And then there's a second thing he did. So if you want to list both things he did to care for the owlet, you can. If you just want to use one of them, you can do that as well. So if you have any questions, I will be available through Remind. But that is the part of our story we're going to read today, and the 2 questions that we are going to answer. Remember, do not turn in your skill packet. We will not turn it in until the end of the week.